one of my favorite people in my career that we both played the same high school. My brothers played for his dad. He played for me here at St. Joe. He won a state championship in Ohio way back when. And then when I got a coaching, we got a great coach in here named Dan Peters, the late Dan Peters. Everybody loved Dan. And all of his teammates over there shot too much, didn't rebound enough. Those guys. But please welcome one of the great women's basketball coaches in the country today. Top 5, top 10. He's had 18, 21 seasons already from Ohio State University, Kevin McGuff.
Thank you, Joe, for those kind words, and just let me start by just congratulating all of our other inductees. It's a real pleasure to be inducted to the Hall of Fame, but especially with this distinguished group today. So congratulations to all of you. And the next thing, I'd like to thank my wife. She couldn't be here today. We're fortunate to be the parents of 6 children. And so, with my schedule, I flew in last night from a recruiting trip, and then we had track only yesterday, baseball all day today. But I can tell you that confidently, I wouldn't be sitting here today if it weren't for my wife. Because if you look at my stat sheet, I'm not here because I was a great player at St. Joe's. I've been really fortunate to spend the last 32 years as a college basketball coach and have had enough success that I can get inducted to the Hall of Fame here. In the last 23 as a head coach, and none of that would have happened without my wife. She's been a great advocate and supporter of me. We met as assistant coaches at Notre Dame when Jane and Kevin White were there leading the program. So a lot of great Puma ties here today. We've all gone on to do some great things. But I would tell you that the thing that I'd like to talk about really, I think most appropriate, is just how St. Joe has impacted my life and shaped my career. Because for all of us that had the opportunity to go to school here as a student athlete, in my case, we were shaped by a kind of a unique curriculum. Let's start there with our core curriculum. And what that did for me as a young person, it made me start to think about values and just an intellectual curiosity that has served me really well throughout my career. Because as Bill could tell you, or Dr. White could tell you as athletic directors, just being a good basketball X&O coach will not take you real far in this profession in these days. You have to run a great program. And what running a great program in college basketball is about is having values. And so I started that process of really learning what was important to me as a coach, as a father, as a husband, and then I could transfer that to my coaching career. And so we run the program at Ohio State. We did the same thing at Washington, the same thing at Xavier, based on basically 5 core principles. The first one is humility, kind of knowing who you are as a person and accepting your role. And I can look at my teammate Mark Brown when he came in my junior year. He was a freshman. He stepped in with high expectations, but wherever the coach put him, whether it was setting screens, playing around the basket, playing on the perimeter, he just wanted to contribute. And he had the humility to do that. And then passion. You can't get anywhere in college athletics being lukewarm. And when Trent Smith came in the same class, he was one of the most energetic, intense players that we had at any time when I was a player. And that spread. And then we played hard. And Trent was a big part of bringing that energy. And then unity. And it's just, boy, this day and age in college sports, it's really, really hard to get a unified group with all the things and all the distractions going on with student athletes. But when Bob was on the team, whether he played a minute or he played 20 minutes, not that he ever did, but if he would have, he was still that guy that whether it was on the court in practice or in the locker room or at wagon wheel, wherever it was, he was keeping the team together. And that's just an incredibly important accomplishment. And just you need those great teammates. And he was a connector. And then servanthood. And I look at Herb back there. If we wanted Herb to set screens, if we wanted him to pass the ball, if we wanted him to play defense, he was going to serve his teammates in a manner that allowed our team to be successful. And then the last one, thankfulness. You know, we were driving around buses all across the Midwest, eating pregame at Ponderosa, Burger King after games, and we were having the time of our lives, you know. And it was just like we had a thankful group that we had an opportunity to be a student athlete at St. Joe's College. And so I would just say that those experiences really shaped me as a person and got me thinking along the ways of how do I run a successful college basketball program. And so I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be a student athlete here. So congratulations to everybody else, and go Pumas.